My dream for a better world is to end world hunger. I want because hunger affects everyone, regardless of income, race, or religion. My contribution towards that is I will raise awareness on this issue. I will go to different places. I will travel across the world for this issue because it affects any everyone, regardless of race, religion, or income. It's a very huge issue that it's constantly should be on the forefront of everyone's main agenda. What I'm currently studying? I'm currently studying digital media. I chose digital media because I get to tell stories. I love storytelling, and because of my personal background. I live in Harlem, New York. Growing up in Harlem, I witnessed police brutality, um, police brutality, racism. I experienced many things, and my community gets a bad reputation in the media. They're portrayed as violent, crime-ridden, and uneducated. And that is true, but we have good things happening in the city. We have good things happening in Harlem. We have great restaurants, great businesses, great schools. There's so many good things happening around here. And with the media portraying us in a bad light, it gives the neighborhood a bad light, which it's not very good at all. And there's people here that trying to succeed. People here that's trying to get the next meal. They're trying to get the next paycheck. They're trying to feed their families, and I'm trying to give my community members who are facing that reality. I'm trying to give them a better life. I want to tell the stories. I want the stories to be told because the minorities' voices are important. I'm a black man. My voice matters. My community voice matters. They are comprised of black people, and I'm black. So I want to help them become more safer, educated, and more successful. I, do the George Floyd murders, George Floyd murder, Ahmaud Arbery murder, Breonna Taylor murder. Things have been different this past year, but it has been the same for the black community where I live. When we see we see police brutality on a daily basis. That has not changed my perspective, but every else's perspective has changed. That's why I started. That's why I started digital. That's why I wanted to become a digital media major because I wanted to tell the stories of the voiceless. I wanted to become the voice for the voiceless, and I believe I could tell the stories from a first person perspective. Which leads up to the next question: What makes you so good What makes you so good at digital media? What makes you so good at my choice of physical study? What makes me so good at doing digital media is I can tell stories from a first person perspective, first person narrative. I have lived in poverty. I have lived I have lived I have lived in poverty. I have witnessed police brutality. I have witnessed racism. I have witnessed all these things. I can tell you stories of people who have been victimized by this. I've seen homeless people in my neighborhood being robbed for their food, for their money. I've seen people get arrested simply for being. I've seen people get arrested simply for the color of their skin. I have what I have witnessed poverty. I have gone times where I haven't eaten anything. I eat sometimes. I haven't eaten stuff, but there have been days that have been happening. This is my reality that I'm explaining. So and what makes me so good at this because as I can tell stories from a first person perspective, I can give emotion. I can bring emotion to the story. I can bring you a part of that story. My what how I plan to apply how to apply my studies as educate how I plan to apply my studies after graduation. I plan to build a business where workers could come in and they get the education and they can get a good paycheck because many businesses aren't doing good for their students, adults, etc., etc. I want to make a huge impact with this initiative. I want to with this business initiative. I could bring change to my community. I could bring change to the world. I could bring change to everyone's lives. And I plan to do that in my future endeavors.